Good day to all my intelligent online viewers. Today is a great day. Subscribe to the channel today. Strike the bell also so that all the notifications will be seen by you when they come on board. Let's have a short break now. And when carbon and its compound. Just join me as we continue. Join me here now. Uses of wood charcoal. This was part of what we treated in our last video. Now let us see animal charcoal. Now this is just a recap. I have given you Amophous carbon. Under Amophous carbon, we have treated wood charcoal. So an example of Amophous carbon is wood charcoal. Second example of Amophous carbon is what you can see on the slide, animal charcoal. This is obtained by heating bones of animals in the absence or limited supply of air. It is carbon mixed with calcium tetraphosphate 5. That's the formula there. Now view this very well. It absorbs coloring matters. It is used to decolorize crude sugar from its brown color and petroleum jelly. Now another one is sugar charcoal. Another example of Amophous carbon is sugar charcoal. This is formed when sugar is dehydrated. Yeah, I love that word. The word dehydration is different from drying. Dehydration is removal of water molecule, either by burning the sugar in limited supply of air or by the action of concentrated H2SO4. Let me quickly tell you this. H2SO4 is an example of dehydrating agent. It can as well dry, but here we are using it to dehydrate. Let's move on. Now, carbon as a source of energy. This is shown from the properties of carbon, such as properties of carbon that makes it as a form of energy. Number one is combustion. All forms of carbon burn in excess oxygen at different temperature to produce carbon dioxide. Yes, when carbon C plus O2 arrow forward gives CO2. That's what I'm talking about there. Combustion reaction. This is employed in charcoal pot, in which charcoal is burnt in plentiful supply of air to produce carbon dioxide. At the middle level of the pot, carbon dioxide is produced because there is limited supply of air. Now, combustion reaction continues. In summary, when the supply of air is limited, combustion may not go into completion. Carbon 2 oxide is formed instead of carbon dioxide. Complete combustion of carbon produces carbon dioxide. Incomplete combustion of carbon produces carbon 2 oxide. Carbon 2 oxide is dangerous, as we will see in the course of this lesson. Another property of carbon is combination reaction. Combination. Carbon combined directly with certain elements such as sulfur, hydrogen, and aluminium at a very high temperature. Carbon combining with hydrogen to give us CH4. This is carbon, this is hydrogen, and CH4 is methane. Carbon can also combine with a metal like calcium to give us calcium carbide, CaC2, calcium carbide. Now, carbon can also be exhibited as a reducing agent. Look at it. As a reducing agent, carbon is a strong reducing agent which reduces the oxide of the least active metals. Metals that are lower in the electrochemical series are least active. While carbon itself is oxidized to either carbon 2 oxide or carbon 4 oxide, depending on the condition of the reaction. Carbon also reduces steam to hydrogen. Very good example is, this is iron 3 oxide plus carbon. Now it goes to iron and carbon oxide. Carbon oxide here, this is the case of oxidation of this carbon to give carbon 2 oxide. Now, in case of copper 2 oxide plus carbon, it's also a reducing process here. So in this case, this becomes the reducing agent, this becomes the oxidizing agent. Now this one gives copper, this one gives carbon 4 oxide. So please, you need to learn this again and again and again and again. As you keep learning often and on, there will be deposition of wisdom in you. And wisdom is the right application of what you know. So when questions come, you'll be able to tackle them rightly. And some of these things will be reflecting in WAEC, in DECO, and in JAM. So stay on, continue to watch. Just continue with the study. Don't be tired of watching. Keep watching until you are able to understand all I'm explaining. On coal tar. Coal tar is one of the products of destructive distillation of coal. We have coke, we have coal tar, we have coal gas, we have ammoniacal liquor. So we are now on coal tar. These four I just mentioned, they are products of destructive distillation of coal. Now, they contain some substance like benzene and toluene. And try to study. This video has been done a bit. Now, let's go to ammoniacal liquor. The product is used in preparing ammonia. And from this ammonia in water, we have a fertilizer. Now, let's move straight away to gasification of coke. Turning coke to gas, that is gasification. This is the process of converting coke to gas by making it combine with oxygen in the air or with steam. This product is known as producer gas. There are certain gases in chemistry. We have synthesis gas. Hear me well, not synthetic gas. Synthesis gas. We have water gas. And this one now we are talking about producer what? Gas. It's a mixture of 1/3 of carbon 2 oxide with 33% and 2/3 of nitrogen by volume. Now, gasification continues. Carbon 4 oxide, which is non-combustible, is first formed, and it is passed through red hot coke to become carbon 2 oxide. The reaction can be represented by the following. Look at this. Plus heat. Now, this carbon 4 oxide that is produced combines with coke to be reduced to carbon 2 oxide. Now, this is the producer gas. Join this to this. These are not separate gases. It is not carbon 2 oxide and nitrogen. These two in a container is called producer gas. That is when carbon reacts with oxygen and nitrogen. Reacts with air. Oxygen and nitrogen are components of air. So it's going to give CO plus N2. These two, if you have an arrow, you can create an arrow to link this and these together, showing to you that they are just one. The oxygen and nitrogen representing air oxidize the coke to carbon 2 oxide, though the oxygen is unchanged. Now, water gas. This is another type of gas we have here. Another way of turning coke into a gas is to make it combine with white hot and blow steam over 1000 degrees centigrade. What I'm explaining here is this coke is heated to a temperature about 1000 degrees centigrade, sometimes more than 1000, and this is steam. That's why we say hot blown steam to give water gas. You can see this arrow shows that this is water gas, and if you look at the equation, it is already balanced. So this is another type of gas that is used. Now, the reaction is exothermic. Exothermic reaction is the type that releases heat to the surrounding. They form domestic practical way to explain this exothermic reaction is when you are cooking rice and you now open the pot. You see something like steam comes out. That's an exothermic reaction. Now, both are produced alternatively in the industry in the plant known as producer. Water gas. Both hydrogen and carbon dioxide in water gas burn in air to release a lot of heat. This makes it an important industrial fuel, but not domestic use because of its high content of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is poisonous, so you don't use it at home, but you use it as domestic fuel. So please put all these on your mind. Learn it, learn them again. And let us see. Preparation of carbon dioxide. How do you prepare carbon dioxide? It's prepared in the laboratory by the action of dilute acid on thiazocarbonate 4. This will inform you to go back to the properties of acid in the videos on the acid-base and salt. One of the properties of acid is that they react with thiazocarbonate 4 to liberate carbon dioxide. This is how it works here. So please go back to that and watch it very well. Preparation of carbon dioxide continues. This gas is collected over water by downward delivery. The produced gas can be dried by passing it through potassium hydrogen thiazocarbonate 4 and then through a U-tube containing fused calcium chloride to remove water vapor. This calcium chloride will remove the water vapor content. So please learn these again and again and again as you stay tuned.